everyone, John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. I've got a bit of a short video for you today, or rather it's a short question. Hopefully it'll be a short video as well, because I don't think I have a lot to say on this. But I thought this was interesting. I thought some people might be interested to find out my answer to this question that comes from Brian. So Brian says, "Hi John, I've bought your book and currently in the process of reading it. Very good stuff. Awesome. If you're wondering what he's talking about, go check out Soft Skills on Amazon. Wondering what sort of laptop you use for development and or what you would recommend. Thanks." Well, first of all, why do you assume that I use a laptop? I actually do have a laptop, but I have a desktop. I thought this was a good opportunity to talk about kind of the gear I have and why I make some of the choices that I do regarding gear. So I do have a laptop. I have a MacBook Pro with a Retina display. I think this is what, the 2013 model. So I'm probably due for an upgrade here. But anyway, I have experimented with a lot of different laptops. I actually got the Surface Pro 2. I got the Yoga Pro 2 or whatever it was with the flip thing, and I got the Surface Pro 3. And I've shipped all those back, returned them, or sold them, and stuck with my good old MacBook Pro with Retina for a couple of reasons. One, it's super powerful. Two, I found out that having a super light thing like the Surface Pro was only was good in a very small amount of my use cases. So this thing is big, right? But it's not that big. Like, it fits in my laptop, in my backpack, and I can carry it around. I mean, having something super light, it's kind of nice to say, oh, look, I've got this little light thing. But in reality, most of the time when I'm using this thing and traveling, or, it doesn't matter that it's a little bit bigger and heavier. And I get a lot for the value of it. And one of the big things with the MacBook Pro, in my opinion, is that I don't need a mouse, whereas if just about any other laptop, the trackpad just does not work. Apple has figured this thing out, so it works so smooth. That is probably the primary thing that made me decide. The other thing is, with the MacBook Pro with Retina, I'm dual booting this, so I've got Windows 8 on there as well, which is nice because it makes it more versatile. If I just had a Windows 8 laptop, can't really put Apple or iOS on there, or not iOS, but OS 10, OS X as I like to call it. Just for those for you Mac people out there that hate it when I call it OS X. Anyway, so for me that works out really well to have that, to be able to have that flexibility, and it is solid. The Retina display is really good. So that's why I choose that for the laptop. Kind of on the expensive side, so I could probably get more bang for my buck if I just did a Windows laptop. I understand that, but I can't get the trackpad. So I actually do have a desktop computer. That's what I'm recording on right now, and there's a couple of reasons why I do always still have a desktop. Someday maybe I'll get rid of my desktop, but for now, I like the amount of power that I can get. I like having my super fast SSDs in there and being able to RAID them if I like. I like having the ability to hook up multiple video cards so I can power two 39-inch 4K displays, which is what I have in there. I like just the amount of power that I get for the cost on a desktop, and since I'm sitting at my desk most of the time, I might as well optimize it for that cost. Now, if I had one super laptop, I suppose, that I can just hook monitors up to and travel with me, that probably would be better. But the last time I checked, it was still much better. I could get a lot more powerful desktop. So I actually got my desktop. I've been building my own desktops for a long time until I realized that companies like the one that I got this one from, iBuyPower at iBuyPower.com. I have no affiliate with them. But anyway, that they could basically put together a system for me for cheaper or same price as what I could do it, except I don't have to make the mistake of, when you put together your system the first time and then you boot it up and you get the black screen and you're like, well, what did I do wrong? And you take it apart and all that junk. I didn't want to deal with that, and I wanted the case to be nice and clean, which they do for you. So anyway, that's basically what I am using, and yeah, I'd be curious to get your input on on what would work better for me. I'm always looking to optimize. I would like to get to a single laptop that, but right now I'm liking my 4K displays. I'm looking at strongly, I'll say, the Apple's iMac as a single desktop replacement because it has that 5K display, that new iMac, and it's pretty powerful. The biggest thing that held me back from pulling the trigger, because I almost bought it, actually is the video card in there, which is not really good compared to the display itself. So I'm waiting for the next generation thing, and I probably will go all Mac at that point. I would love to have like a 5K display that hooked up to a MacBook Pro that I could use, that, so I'd only have one computer. Someday, perhaps I'll go there. I've also experimented a lot with VMs and running different, and I still have some VMs, but in general, I prefer to just dual boot, or to just have running on the hardware. I do have a few VMs I use to test out, but in what I'm doing right now, VMs aren't as important. I've had my entire development box be a VM and had it on a USB 3 hard disk on an SSD that I could carry around and plug into a different computer and run VMware there. And that was kind of cool, but it wasn't extremely practical. For some people, it might be really practical. Anyway, that's it. That's my setup. That's my thoughts on that. Thanks for asking the question, Brian. As you can see, I go back and forth and debate this myself. So I don't know if I have the optimal setup, but it's working for me right now. So that's all I got to say about that. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.